Actually, dual enrolling was one of the best decisions I've ever made because it got me ahead.
It took me one step outside of my sheltered bubble when I still had the support of my family and my church and people that I already knew to fall back on.
So I know of a lot of students that have gained their associate's degree before they graduate from high school.
98.7 Chatt Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career. On today's episode, we're going to look at the Dual Enrollment program. This is where you can earn college credits while you're still in high school. You can save money, get a head start, and still participate in activities at your school. And this isn't a program for just the super smart kids or the ultra geeks. This is a program for pretty much anyone and everyone. For real. But don't take my word for it.
My name is Lauren Gibbs. I'm a dual enrollment student at Chatt Tech, and I also go to Etowah High School. I'm a senior this year. And when I graduate with my high school diploma, I will also graduate with an associate's degree at Chatt Tech.
I'm Janelle Reese. I'm a senior in high school. I've been dual enrolling at Chatt Tech since 10th grade, and I am graduating with a drafting degree.
Lauren and Janelle can give us firsthand accounts of what it's like to be a dual enrollment student at Chatt Tech.
Taking dual enrollment classes, it's pretty, it's not hard, it's pretty simple. Not to mention it's not 5 classes a day, every day. It's way more spread out. You have you know all the assignments you're doing for a week and every class, and you can make your own schedule basically, and do it yourself, and it's not it's self-motivated basically.
Dual enrollment adds this special opportunity to be in high school but be surrounded by college-age kids as well as adults, because Chatt Tech offers a lot of adult education. I personally think that that's really helpful, because if you're only surrounded by people your age, you can really only glean off of their experiences, which are similar to yours. Versus when you're around people of a lot of different age ranges, they have different life experience that you can learn from and that you can kind of glean off of.
Yeah, let's talk about this right here at the beginning. Yes, you will be a high school student and a college student at the same time. And yes, you'll probably have some interactions with people who are older than you. That's actually a really good thing.
It's really cool. I think it's so cool, the different age groups and all that. So I think it's really cool.
It was at first a little scary because I thought, well, can I not do this? Am I not capable of this because of how different my life and experience level is to them? But then after a while, instead of seeing as, them being so much more ahead of me, so it kind of was sink or swim type situation. Okay, I could just sink and compare myself to other people and think, well, I'm less than because I'm younger, less experienced, or I can use it as a challenge to learn from what they're saying and try to creatively come up with my own idea or process.
Now that that's out of the way, what exactly is the dual enrollment program?
Yeah, so my name is Maggie Trimble, and I am the Student Outreach and Recruitment Coordinator here at Chattahoochee Technical College. And my job is to just make sure that students are aware of all of the great opportunities that we offer. The dual enrollment program, it allows qualified high school students the opportunity to maximize their education and career training by taking courses that earn college and high school credit at the same time. And students must be enrolled in 10th, 11th, or 12th grade in a public or private high school or a homeschool program in the state of Georgia.
Okay, cool. But at the beginning, I said, this isn't a program for just the super smart kids or the ultra geeks. This is a program for pretty much anyone and everyone. For real. But you made it kind of sound like it is just for super smart people. So which is it?
The really great thing about Chattahoochee Tech is that it's meant for a lot of different types of students. And, your student might be a little bit better at something that's more hands-on. So if your student is very interested in a certain program especially, or they may not excel traditionally in the classroom, but they're really good at working on cars, or they are very good with computers. This is a great chance for them to even just start out and take a few classes and take maybe a welding class or a computer programming class. It's really great for exploration too, just kind of see what they're wanting to do, their aptitude for things. And that's a good starting point. They don't necessarily have to take English and math and psychology with us. They can come to our college and take a animation course or something that they actually have interest in. And typically, if students are more interested, they tend to be more motivated. And again, they always have that support.
If you've looked into it and you think, oh, that class would be really cool to take, or that class would be cool to take, or I'd love to get a head start when I go to college after high school, just go for it. There's not a lot of cons to it, but there's a lot of pros to it.
A lot of the times students are really, really excited and they really like the freedom of the class times. Like I said, they're getting kind of a taste of college, but kind of on a smaller scale. So we have smaller class sizes, and there's all different kinds of people. So they're not just kind of confined to the high school population. There might be people that are still around the same age, or other dual enrollment students that go to other high schools. So they get to meet a lot of different types of people. And a lot of the times they get to meet people, even if they're older than them, people that have the same interest as they do. So in these, program classes, it's like, oh, finally, someone that loves film and video production, as much as I do. So they actually love it. All the things that I've heard is that students really like to have that freedom, go to some of our events on campus, meet other people, and kind of, feel like a college student a little early. So
feel like a college student a little early. That actually seems really cool. And Janelle?
Dual enrollment was really helpful for me because it took me one step outside of my sheltered bubble when I still had the support of my family and my church and people that I already knew to fall back on.
Okay, but I thought that college classes were really hard and the teachers were really strict. What's it really like to interact with one of the instructors?
Very good communication, and also very organized. They all have all their stuff usually for the whole semester all laid out, so you can look through it. And it's just very organized, I would say. And teachers are very supportive. And if you have questions on a test, and you email them, usually they'll respond, they'll help you. And they also promote tutoring and stuff, which is really helpful.
What about activities? Can you still play a sport or be in the theater or sing in the chorus while being a dual enrollment student at Chatt Tech?
Yeah, so we have a lot of students that take dual enrollment classes that are still super involved in their high school. So they don't have to take classes full time with us. They can definitely just take one class or two classes. They really can design their own schedule. So if they want to be at the high school in the afternoons so that they can go to basketball practice, for example, they can, during their first two blocks of high school, instead of being at the high school, they could be at Chattahoochee Tech taking their classes. And then they could finish up the rest of the day at the high school. Or we have a lot of students that obviously, who are very busy. They do online classes so that they can still take some of their maybe AP classes at their high school, but also take some additional classes at Chattahoochee Tech. They really can, just like our regular students, design their own schedule. Our classes typically meet twice a week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. But we also have hybrid classes and, again, those online classes. So there's a lot to choose from.
That doesn't sound too bad. I wonder what a parent has to say about this program.
My name is Michelle Bush, and my son did the dual enrollment program last year, his senior year while in high school. My son ran cross country in high school and also played tennis. And at the time he took his dual enrollment classes, nothing really crossed over or interfered. He had cross country practice before school, as well as his tennis was after school. And the way we scheduled his classes, they were all during his actual school day between 8 and 3:30. So it worked out perfect that he could do his before school activities, go to classes at high school as well as at college, and then come back after school and participate in his after school. So nothing really crossed over that impacted either his education or his activities.
So in high school, I did dance team at my high school, and I also did studio dance. But after I did dual enrollment, I was nervous that I wouldn't be as connected with like my friends from high school or like dance team at the high school, but like that was not the case at all. I still do dance team like this year, and still stay connected, hang out with my friends and everything, and my schedule is way more open. It's just way more balanced and just so much better for me.
All right, my name is Chelsea. I just graduated from Chatt Tech in December from the medical assisting program. I was there for 4 years, including the year I dual enrolled full time. And what made me decide to do it was that I knew I wanted to go to college, and I just wanted to get it done with as soon as possible. So actually, dual enrolling was one of the best decisions I've ever made because it got me ahead.
And how did Chatt Tech work with your high school schedule?
They called it block period, where they just did 4 classes one semester, so they were like an hour and a half, and then another 4 classes the next semester. So that made it so much easier to be able to do dual enrollment, is because that's pretty much exactly how college is you take a few classes, typically 4 for one semester and then 4 the next. So it was able to work out perfectly with my high school schedule. My first semester, I did all of my classes at the college. But my second semester, I only took 3 at the college and then 1 at the high school.
Earning college credit and high school credit sounds pretty awesome and a little scary at the same time.
Nowadays, like when I first started, I think there was an element of fear from me, because I'm like, I'm this sheltered homeschool Christian kid going into a public college for the first time. So that was really scary. But I don't think people really noticed that I was that different. I don't think. And now that I'm almost done, I realize people don't know I'm dual enrollment unless I tell them I'm dual enrollment. Honestly,
just do it. Like I said earlier, this dual enrolling is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. It saves a lot of money. If you know for sure that college is for you and you want to pursue that, or actually even if you just want a little taste of college, I think, because dual enrollment, it's free. You get your tuition's free. You literally don't pay a thing. So even if you just want to test out the waters of being in college, dual enrollment is the best way to go. So you're not wasting time or money, because the credits you get from college, you also get them for your high school credits. So I think dual enrollment is great.
So I know of a lot of students that have gained their associate's degree before they graduate from high school. So, and usually it's shortly before, but they receive that, a week or 2 before they graduate high school. And they can walk in our ceremony as well. And a lot of them do. So we have students that have gotten associate's degrees in, all of our programs really, besides some of the health science ones that they're not allowed to do yet. But we have a ton that have gotten, associates in business management, criminal justice, drafting, welding, all of these different programs. And a lot of them get, depending on what they want to do and what their program is, they can get a job right out of high school. They can continue on to a 4-year degree. We have a lot of students that get their associate's degree and they can apply that to a 4-year degree. But then we also have students that, as a 18-year-old, are getting a diploma or an associate's degree in something like diesel equipment technology or welding or drafting, and they're getting a job right out of high school making, a good bit of money for 18-year-olds.
I've encountered several parents who have asked me about dual enrollment. Mine is always on a positive note because my son had such a positive experience. I tell them that it was a growing experience. It gets a jump start on college, whether it be for your student to get that college experience early and all those credits under your belt, but also for the parent. It saves money. It saves time. I remember my son telling me after his year experience of doing dual enrollment at the very end, he flat out told me that he regretted that he did not do dual enrollment his junior and senior year. And I look back now, of course, we don't have any regrets at all. But if I could give any words of wisdom to any other parent, it would be, if your child is ready and is interested and wants to do this, the sooner the better, because I think people need to take advantage of the credits earned and the money saved and the time. Because I look at him now as a freshman in college, he's repeating courses that he could have done through dual enrollment. So it's a great opportunity. And if I could give any words of wisdom is start as soon as you can.
So after I graduate from Chatt Tech, I plan on going to KSU, and the plan is to get a bachelor's degree and then hopefully a master's degree. And my plan is I either want to be an interior designer or somewhere in the fashion industry, somewhere around that, because I'm really into that.
The next year, I'm taking what you could consider a gap year. I'm doing a discipleship training school with Youth with a Mission. So I'm going to be, it's pretty much a 6-month-long mission trip. I'm going to be going and studying and then going out to different nations, different countries. I'm actually a performer, so it's a performing arts DTS. And that's kind of my thing. It's shocking that I'm talking about math and school and college and everything, but my passion is actually theater and dance and singing. And so my goal with drafting is to use such a practical and needed job to be able to support my more artistic passion. So I don't have to rely on singing and dancing and performing to give me an income. I can really rely on this drafting industry to provide me an income while I can still do things that I enjoy.
You might have plans like Lauren and Janelle just mentioned, and that is fantastic. Or maybe you have no idea what you want to do, and that's perfectly okay too. Go online and check out the dual enrollment program at Chatt Tech and see what you think. Get online and learn more at chattahoocheetech.edu.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. Darren Sutherland, Executive Producer. Jeremy Powell, Creative Director. Jacob Sutherland, Director. Producers Jason Gentarola and Matt Golden. And Kezia May, Copywriter. All rights reserved.